Hello everyone, welcome again to the Joshua Madan Show. I'm super excited because we are now close to 400 subscribers. So when we started the show, I was really not sure whether I'm going to hit even 100. So thank you so much. And the whole format of the show is to learn on the 4 C's, what we call as the career, cash as in the finance segment, consort and children, that's more of the family segment, and also the covenant leadership segment. So please request you to like, subscribe and share to your friends. You know, the algorithm works in a way that when you like and when you share, it really reaches out to more people. So thank you so much for your support. I hope it's a learning for all of us. And the last 2 segments we spoke about how to attend an interview. So if you're not caught up with that video, try and look up that video. It talks about the 10 things to keep in mind before you apply for a job or you take up the interview. And last week we talked about finance, the 5 rules in finance. And I'm sure it's a very interesting video. Again, if you have not seen that video, I highly recommend that you take a look at that video as well. So today is the consort or the children segment, what we call as the family segment. And we're going to talk about 4 important things that we practice as a family. And I want to share. And again, the whole format of this show is that, I'm going to talk more out of my own experience. And probably as the show, becomes, we have more subscribers, I'm going to have more experts come in and join me in the show. I'm going to take more ideas and advice from them. And we'll see how this goes. So today again, the family segment, 4 very important things that we practice. And some of you would know that I'm an entrepreneur. I started my entrepreneurial journey. So when I started the business along with a senior colleague of mine, he was my senior in college, Pravesh, some of you would know. Life was very hectic because, as business, as any startup would be, literally, you slept in office and you spend more hours in office. After I got married and, things continued, but when we had children, I realized the importance of spending time with the children because children really grow up very fast. And by the time, really grow, very, very fast. And some of the seniors from the other generation tell me that they really don't know how they missed out on investing in their children. So the first thing to keep in mind in a family, as what we practice, is to have at least one family meal together, once a day. And for us, for my wife and I, and in the mornings are very difficult because, the kids go to school and we all have to rush to work. So we reserve dinner time as the time where we make it a practice that we eat dinner together. So highly recommended at least one family meal, a day where you sit together as a family and you eat together. That really helps. And I never did that for my initial years after I got married and had children, but now we have started practicing it 99% of the time, unless and until there is some crazy meeting I just cannot avoid. I ensure that I'm there for this dinner time and I guard this time. The second very important thing to practice as a family is to what we call as a family time. We try and meet at least 30 minutes to an hour every day where we meet as a family, where we discuss what went through in each one of us, what happened in that day. You speak to your children, ask them to run through their day. What are the good things which happened? What did they learn? Is there anything that they help? My wife and I realized that if you don't relate to the children, somebody else will. So it's much better that as parents, we relate to them and we spend time with them. So this family time is very important. As I just said, at least 30 minutes, to an hour, spend time together as a family. And what we do is that, we, as I just mentioned, we talk about everything. And that's a very important time where you really impart a lot of knowledge and a lot of experiences where we discuss various topics to our kids. The third important principle or the thing to practice as a family is to, what we call as a family vision statement. This is something which is not very much practiced in our country, but then I've seen some of the people from the Western countries practice that. It's a beautiful concept. We have a vision statement as a family, what we believe as a family. I'll probably discuss about it in another video if you are all interested in it. But then probably mention that in the comment segment. I'll probably do a separate video on that. But what we call as a family vision statement is what we believe on, what's our purpose, and what are some of the core family values which we do not compromise on. And that's something which is super important for all of us. And there's one thing that you would really want to pass on to your next generation, or the legacy that you would like to leave behind, is the family values and the family vision and the purpose of why we exist, or what we do, or why we do certain things. The last is to, of course, have a family prayer. We have a family prayer every day, and we just read the scripture, or we just pray together, and we take turns to pray. And as they always say, a family which prays together stays together. It's important to to invest time remembering your Creator every day. One of the best decisions my wife and I took is that we have everything in our house except a television, and that's one of the best decisions we have taken, because we don't really have a television at home, so there's a lot of screen time which we actually save as a family, and we're able to invest in each other. So that's the family segment in today's video. Thank you again for watching this. If you like this video, share it to your friends, subscribe it. I'll meet you again in another segment. And as I just mentioned, if this format is good, and if this show becomes bigger, I'm sure it's going to be a useful experience for all of us. So till we meet again, have a great week ahead, and God bless you all. This is the Joshua Madan Show. God bless you all.